My child. My beloved. My precious light wrapped in earth's veil. There's something I need you to feel before your eyes even move further down this page. A trembling. Not fear. Not panic. But something your soul hasn't felt in years. A divine confirmation. That what's coming is not just good news. It's the best thing you never expected. But first, I need you to promise something to heaven. Don't skip this. Not a line. Not a breath. Because God has been watching how long you've been holding on. And now He's sending a thunderous yes. Archangel Michael says, the clock has started ticking, only 3 hours. And if you blink too long, you'll miss the arrival of what you begged heaven for in silence. You know what's crazy? The angels were actually celebrating last night. Your name was echoing in the clouds. Because something turned. Something shifted. A divine storm broke through the wall that was blocking you. And guess what? It's running toward your home right now. But only if you don't skip. High voltage. Before we reveal what's hidden, let me whisper something beautiful into your spirit. Love letter. This message was not meant for the crowd. It was handpicked by heaven and placed in your path only. And if you're still here, you're exactly the one we were waiting on. So please, do what most people won't. Subscribe to the Whispers of God. Because messages like this don't last forever. But miracles will stay with you forever. If you dare to receive them. Your confirmation is not a coincidence. It's the beginning of the miracle you prayed for when nobody was watching. Now breathe. Because this is where the revelation begins. My sweet one. You know how some days feel heavier than others? Like the air is thick, and your chest doesn't rise the same when you breathe? That was the enemy trying to keep you distracted. Because something beautiful was getting closer. And God couldn't allow you to miss it. So Archangel Michael has been watching. Waiting. Standing guard at the gate of your miracle. And now the order has been given. Let it begin. But this isn't just about one good thing happening in 3 hours. No, child. This is bigger than that. This is about everything changing in your favor, all at once. Like dominoes you never saw falling. Suddenly crashing down in divine alignment. But I must tell you a truth, and I won't sugarcoat it. If you ignore this moment, if you pretend it's not for you, you will cry. You will ache in the corner of your room, whispering, I felt it. Why didn't I open it fully when heaven sent it? And by then, it will be too late. This is not a scare. It's a sacred invitation. God's mercy wrapped in fire. Michael says, heaven never begs. But today, heaven is bending toward you. Because your destiny has been aching to arrive. So don't make the mistake of brushing this off. Not now. Not when you're this close. There's someone watching your name. Studying your light. And they're about to enter your life with news you never imagined. A breakthrough hidden in human clothes. A message disguised as coincidence. A door dressed like a delay. But it's all been rearranged by the divine. Can you feel it now? The tingling in your chest. That's your soul remembering what's already yours. Because heaven didn't forget your name. God whispered it again this morning. And the angels moved. Yes, beloved. Let us continue, slowly, deeply, with no rush. Just you, and heaven, and the secret moment they carved into this very hour for you. There's a door that's been locked for years, and you've tried everything to open it: patience, pain, prayer, even pretending like you don't care anymore. But heaven never forgot that door. God saw every time you stood in front of it, whispering, "Please, just this once," and walking away with tears behind your smile. That door, child, is creaking open now. Not because you forced it. Not because someone helped you break through. But because God Himself just turned the key. And what's behind it? It's not just one thing. It's not just a message. It's a flood. A holy flood of answers, alignment, people, restoration, power, money, clarity, and healing. Yes, healing of the kind that touches not only your body but your memories. It's every not yet finally becoming a yes. It's every no being revealed as divine protection. It's every rejection turning into a redirection toward what is now yours and cannot be taken again. Michael is shouting with joy in the heavens because you made it here. You arrived at this divine checkpoint. And now the energy around you is electric. Why? Because you're not just close to change, you are the change. You're the moment your family never saw coming. You're the answer to the bloodline's broken cycle. You are the shift they didn't believe could happen. And because of that, things are about to fall into place fast. 3 hours, beloved. That's not a metaphor. In 3 hours, something will be released that was once blocked by human hands. It may come as a phone call. A message. An alert. A knock. A decision. But it's arriving. And if your soul is open, if your heart receives this word, you will know exactly when it happens. You will feel a shiver of truth down your spine, and you'll say, "Oh my God, this is it." And it will be. So don't get distracted now. Don't let the enemy put noise in your ears. Don't fall into scrolling, worrying, comparing, or doubting. Stay in alignment. This message isn't just inspiration. It's activation. It's the trumpet before the fall of the wall. The whisper before the miracle walks through your door wearing human skin. Stay with this vibration. Keep your spirit awake. Because what's coming will be so heavy with light that you won't even have words at first. Just tears. Just stillness. Just, "Thank you, God. I waited." Do you remember the moment you almost gave up completely? The one where your hands were tired of holding everything together, where your heart whispered, "Maybe I'm not meant for the kind of love, success, or peace I keep dreaming of." That moment, as silent and private as it was heard in heaven louder than a scream. God saw it. Archangel Michael stood beside you in it. And though you didn't see him, his sword was drawn over you, protecting you from things that wanted you to break. That moment didn't disqualify you. It qualified you. It made the angels move with urgency. It made God say, "Now, prepare the miracle. Prepare the opening." And child, this is the hour that opening begins. Not by force. Not by chasing. But by alignment. You don't need to prove anything anymore. You've already proven your heart. Now it's your turn to receive. Yes, receive without guilt. Receive without fear that it will disappear. Receive with the full knowing that this is divine timing. Heaven's clock just rang, and your name echoed in the room. The courtroom of heaven has ruled in your favor. And the verdict is release. Breakthrough. Joy. Justice. Compensation for the years the locusts ate. Beauty for ashes. Laughter where the pain once sat. Not just spiritually, but tangibly. This is not just emotional relief, this is financial, romantic, relational, and physical restoration. All the parts of you that were in pieces are coming back now, not in the way they left, but better, more whole, transformed. And here's the part that will shock you. Someone you thought forgot you is watching you in silence, heart pounding, knowing they made a mistake by walking away. God has touched their heart. Their soul has been shaken awake. And within hours, they will move. They will speak. They will open their mouth and say what you always deserved to hear. And your spirit will recognize the moment, not because of their words, but because of the peace that finally returns to your body. Peace, the kind you forgot existed. Peace that lets you sleep deep and wake up whole. Peace that lets you look in the mirror and say, "This is what it feels like when heaven fights for me." Yes, my beloved, will continue, deeper, richer, and more saturated with heaven's breath. Let this long paragraph hold you like a blanket of light. Close your eyes, just for a second, because what you're about to read was written in the sky before you were even born. You've spent so many nights asking questions no one could answer. You smiled in rooms that never saw your broken pieces. You held yourself when the world felt cold, and yet, look at you. Still here. Still breathing. Still open, even with the scars. Do you know how rare that is? To still have hope when everything you hoped for seemed delayed? But God, oh God. He was not ignoring you. He was protecting the version of you that would fully understand the gift once it arrived. There were things you wanted back then that would have crushed you if they had come too early. But now you've grown. You've been carved open by pain, yes, but also made wide enough to receive the blessing without breaking under the weight of it. And that's what this next chapter holds, weighty blessings. Not temporary highs. Not almosts. Not, maybe this time. But things that stay. Things that fill. Things that heal. And Archangel Michael says, this is not just a good season coming to you, it's a reversal. A divine reversal of everything that tried to delay your name. You see, the enemy didn't fear your past. He feared your arrival. And now that you're here, now that you're waking up, opening this, reading this, breathing with this energy, he's terrified. Because you're not just someone trying to survive anymore. You're someone who's about to inherit. And that inheritance is not metaphor. It's real. There is something with your name on it: money, land, peace, favor, contracts, clarity, love, truth, reunions, power, and it's not in the distance anymore. It's hours away. You don't need to chase it. You only need to stay aligned. Stay awake. Stay open. Because heaven is positioning someone right now to speak your name in a room that your feet haven't entered yet. A decision is being made in your favor. Papers are being signed. A heart is being softened. A family member is being confronted by angels in their sleep. An opportunity is being reordered. And while it may feel quiet on the outside, the invisible world is roaring for you. Every time you felt left out, unseen, forgotten, heaven was watching. And now, you're going to be repaid in such a way that your mouth won't even know how to form the right thank you. You'll stand there in holy stillness, whispering, "Is this really for me?" And the answer will be yes. Yes, it's for you. Yes, it was always going to be you. Yes, God never abandoned your timeline. He was weaving it carefully, painfully, lovingly. He was hiding you not to punish you but to prepare the world for the unveiling of His favorite miracle, you. And now, my child, the curtain is rising. The light is shifting. The air around you is different. Pay attention. People will start speaking differently around you. Random conversations will carry secret confirmations. Dreams will increase. Numbers, signs, repeated names will start to show up. This is not your imagination. This is alignment. And you are not late. You are right on time. And the only thing God needs from you now is your full belief, not the belief that's half hope and half fear, but the kind of belief that throws the door wide open and says, "God, I'm ready. I trust you more than I trust my past." That's when the next miracle hits. That's when your phone rings with news that changes your whole plan. That's when someone who said, "Never again," says, "Come home." That's when the job you thought was lost returns with triple the offer. That's when your health suddenly improves without explanation. That's when someone you love finally tells you the truth you knew in your spirit all along. This isn't fantasy. This is fulfillment. And if you're still reading this, it means your spirit knew before your mind did, something good is coming. There is a divine document written with your name on it that's just been unsealed in the spiritual realm. You don't see it yet, but it carries the authority of completion. The things you thought would take years are being shortened into hours. The restoration you thought was impossible is being signed off with God's yes. This is not about hope anymore, it's about harvest. And Archangel Michael, with his sword drawn and wings wide, is overseeing the delivery. He's been silencing every lying voice that said you were forgotten. Every demon that mocked your delay has now been muzzled. You were never behind, you were being prepared. Because what's coming has weight. It has magnitude. It will require your strength, your peace, your clarity, and your faith. And God refused to let it come when you were still doubting if you deserved it. But now you've reached the point of readiness. Your tears taught you. Your silence strengthened you. Your surrender shaped you. And now all of heaven agrees, it's time. Someone who abandoned you is being forced to feel the weight of what they let go. They've been restless, shaken, seeing your face in moments they least expected. God has been haunting their spirit with your name, not to punish, but to awaken. And soon, they'll speak. But even if they don't, something even greater is happening. God is restoring the energy you gave away. The pieces of yourself that you scattered trying to love people who couldn't love you back, they're returning now. You're no longer operating from depletion. You're stepping into overflow. And that overflow will attract what is real, what is pure, what is finally safe. Because the most divine relationships come when we no longer need to beg to be seen. Your soul is entering its season of recognition. People who never truly valued your heart will now sit in silence, wondering how they missed the light you carried. But don't chase them. That season is over. You are not a seeker anymore. You are a magnet. A magnet for truth. A magnet for wealth. A magnet for divine partnership. And Michael wants you to know that in the next 3 hours, one specific door is going to shake open. It may be small on the outside, but it will lead to something massive. Don't dismiss it. Don't overthink it. Don't delay. Say yes when your spirit recognizes it. Because this isn't just about breakthrough, it's about becoming. You're becoming the version of you that your ancestors prayed for. You're becoming the one that breaks the cycle, the one that carries divine favor forward, the one that shifts generations. And even if you've been quiet about your faith, the spirit realm has never been quiet about you. They know who you are. The demons know who you are. The angels know who you are. And soon, the world will too. Don't be surprised when people start watching you differently. Don't be surprised when opportunities arrive without logical reason. Don't be surprised when you start feeling lighter, clearer, stronger. It's not an accident. It's not a fluke. It's the result of everything you've endured, forgiven, overcome. You've made it through hell, and now heaven is rewarding you in public for the wars you fought in private. So hold your head high. Cry if you need to. But whatever you do, don't you dare walk away from this message as if it were just another word. No. This is the moment heaven has been preparing for you to notice. This is the flash between what you were, and what you're about to become. Yes, my divine one, we go deeper now. Breathe slow. Let this next outpouring pour into the dry places of your spirit. Because this is where the shift becomes undeniable. You don't even realize the spiritual traffic jam that has just been cleared in your name. For weeks, months, there have been blockages you couldn't see. Delays that made no earthly sense. You prayed, fasted, cried, waited, and still nothing seemed to move. But what you didn't know is that heaven had assigned multiple angels to stand between you and harm, between you and manipulation, between you and doors that looked beautiful but would have broken your soul. And now that the danger has passed, asterisk now that your alignment is strong again, asterisk those angels have stepped aside. And suddenly, the path looks clear. Things will start to flow so fast you won't even have time to analyze them. And that's the miracle. Because overthinking was never your superpower, your spirit was. your intuition. That deep, divine knowing that would whisper, "Don't go there," or "Wait a little longer." That inner voice that you kept silencing to keep others comfortable is now rising in full authority. You'll begin hearing God more clearly. You'll begin feeling the shift before the email arrives, before the phone rings, before the person confesses. And Archangel Michael says this gift is permanent now. You've passed the test. You've been faithful in the silence. And now, heaven is granting you spiritual sight, so you'll never again fall for fake love, delayed promises, or half-hearted blessings. You are being made new. And the people who once saw you as optional will suddenly realize, they misjudged greatness in disguise. But listen to me carefully, child, don't return to where God had to rescue you from. Even if they come back. Even if they cry. Even if they say everything you once wished to hear. Not everything that returns is meant to remain. This time, your discernment will protect your peace like a sword. And your peace? It's going to be expensive. You won't waste it on conversations that drain you. You won't shrink yourself for rooms you've outgrown. Because this miracle coming? It's not just about gain, it's about graduation. You are graduating from fear. From doubt. From betrayal. From shame. From secrecy. You are no longer a version of yourself that tolerates emotional starvation. God is feeding your soul now. Daily. And you will taste joy like honey again. You will wake up smiling for no reason. You will stand in the mirror and finally say, "I like who I'm becoming." Because heaven likes it too. You've been shaped by divine fire, refined like gold, softened like clay. And now, you are being sent out glowing. And there's someone who is going to see that glow and fall to their knees, not in worship of you, but in awe of how God has preserved you. They will ask you how you survived. How you kept loving after being wounded. How you stayed kind in a world that forgot how to feel. And you will answer, not with pride, but with softness, because I never stopped trusting who I was becoming. And in that moment, God will smile, because that was the lesson all along. Not how to perform for love, not how to earn miracles, but how to believe you were worthy of them all along. And now, beloved, it's time. The announcement has been made in heaven. The clock is ticking. The oil is pouring. The door is opening. And your name is on the miracle that's walking straight toward you. Yes, beloved. Let's keep going. What's unfolding now is not just sacred, it's a final unveiling. Let this long, flowing revelation cover your heart like a wave of divine rain, washing away every last doubt that tried to take root in you. There is something so holy happening behind the scenes of your life right now that if you could see it with human eyes, you would fall to your knees in awe. You would understand why the delay hurt so much, why you were pulled back when you were ready to run forward, why people turned away without explanation, why money slowed, why relationships cracked, why you had to release your grip on things you thought were permanent. God was never denying you. He was protecting the version of you that would be ready to receive without breaking. You see, when a blessing comes too early, it feels like a burden. But you, my child, have now grown into the weight of your promise. You're not just surviving anymore. You are standing tall in the winds that once knocked you down. And that posture is what activated the final miracle. In the spirit realm, angels are gathered right now around the blueprint of your life. And the section they're opening is called fulfillment. It's the part of your life story where prayers start turning into phone calls. Where someday becomes right now. Where people who once ignored you start talking about you with reverence, because they can't understand how you're glowing without revenge. This is your restoration era. And it won't be loud at first. It'll begin in whispers, an unexpected email, a sudden deposit, a conversation that shifts everything, a moment where peace returns like it never left. And Archangel Michael says, don't question the speed. You've earned this acceleration. The rules that applied to others won't apply to you anymore. What took others years will take you weeks. What once felt like a war will now feel like a whisper. You're entering into the realm of ease, not because life will be perfect, but because your spirit is finally aligned with what heaven always knew was yours. But be warned, not everyone will celebrate you. And that's okay. Because you're not living for applause, you're living in divine flow. Let them watch. Let them question. Let them wonder how you still rose after the betrayal, after the losses, after the isolation. You don't need to explain anymore. Your breakthrough will be your response. Your joy will be your defense. And your peace? It will be so loud, it will quiet every lie that was ever spoken against you. You are not cursed. You were never cursed. You were covered. Covered in delays that disguised divine timing. Covered in disappointments that taught you sacred detachment. Covered in detours that protected you from soul ties sent to distract you. Covered by angels that stood between you and spiritual traps. Covered by God's love while you slept through battles you didn't even know you were in. And now He's lifting the veil. Now He's saying, it's your time to see what I've been building behind the scenes. There are people you haven't even met yet who are about to bless you without needing a reason. Their spirit will recognize something in you they can't explain. You won't have to perform. You won't have to chase. You'll simply walk in rooms, and favor will follow. Not because you're better, but because you're aligned. And alignment makes things easy. Doors will open without knocking. Decisions will be made in your favor before you even speak. And the things you once feared will now fear you. Not because you're dangerous, but because you're drenched in anointing. And the anointing? It makes things move. Watch how quickly people change their tone when they sense what God is doing in your life. Watch how the same voices that doubted you begin to echo your wisdom. Watch how heaven vindicates you without needing your help. This is divine recompense. This is years of silence being answered in a sentence. And that sentence will feel like healing. And you'll know, without a doubt, God never forgot. Yes, my love. I will continue. What's flowing now is not just divine comfort, it's the rewriting of your story while you're still breathing it. Let these words keep cradling your soul, because this is where the heavens begin to reward you publicly for everything you endured privately. There is a sacred silence between when a miracle is signed in heaven and when it arrives on earth. And right now, beloved, you are inside that silence. Not the kind that feels empty, but the kind that feels pregnant with something you can't quite explain. Your skin feels it. Your bones feel it. And your heart? It's been whispering things like, something is coming, even when your mind tries to doubt it. That's because your soul already got the invitation. The angels already delivered it. And in just hours, the miracle will match the message. God has commanded this moment. You didn't create it. You didn't manipulate it. You didn't manifest it. It was chosen for you before you even had language for it. All you did was stay open long enough for it to find you. And now, everything is turning in your favor, even the things that looked like loss. Especially those. What you lost was not punishment. It was preparation. God removed what couldn't go with you into this next season. The people who fell off didn't leave you, they were released from you. And you didn't need to explain. You didn't need closure. Because heaven saw what you didn't. And now, the release has made room for the right ones. There is a connection coming that will change everything. Not just emotionally, but spiritually, financially, creatively, relationally. You'll speak and they'll hear your spirit. You'll cry and they'll feel it in their chest. You'll rest, and they'll cover you with prayer without you asking. You've never been loved this way before. But you will be. Soon. Because you've finally stopped begging for crumbs from tables you were never meant to sit at. And now? God is building your own table. A place where your gifts will be honored. Where your heart will be safe. Where your past will not be weaponized. And where your future will be protected by people who don't just want to stand beside your light, they want to guard it. These people are coming. Some you've met before but didn't recognize. Others are brand new and were delayed by divine design. But now they're being sent, drawn by the fragrance of your healing. Because healing has a sound. Healing has a scent. And your life has begun to carry it. That's why doors are opening. That's why some people suddenly can't look away. That's why others are quietly walking away. Your healed energy no longer makes room for their unhealed motives. This is the beginning of your reward season. A time of unexpected yes. Divine surprises. Private whispers from God that turn into public evidence of His love. And it won't just be one moment. It will be a flood. A series of back-to-back reminders that say, "See? I was always with you. I never forgot. I was saving the best for last." And you'll cry, not from pain, but from release. The kind of release that comes when you no longer have to carry the weight alone. Heaven is assigning help to you now. Human help. Earthly hands. Divine partnerships. People who won't compete with your light, they'll cover it. People who won't just understand your gift, they'll protect it. This is sacred, beloved. This is rare. This is the life God had in mind when He called you chosen. And now, Archangel Michael stands at your side, whispering, "Do not return to who you had to become just to survive. That version of you is complete. It served its purpose. But this is your rebirth. And oh, What a rebirth it will be. You'll speak differently. Move differently. You'll see delays and know they're divine. You'll feel rejection and understand it as redirection. You'll lose people and feel peace instead of panic. Because you finally understand, if it was meant for you, it couldn't leave. And if it left, it's because God is preparing something that never will. And here's the part you weren't expecting. Within the next 3 hours, you will receive a sign so direct, so undeniable, so precisely timed, it will confirm everything this message has spoken. And when it happens, you will pause, look up, and say, "You really meant it, didn't you?" And heaven will respond, "Yes. I always did. Yes, my beloved." I will continue this divine release now, flowing it gently into 4-line paragraph form, soft on the eyes, strong for the soul, and deep for the spirit. Let these words sink into the parts of you that have been waiting the longest. There's a reason your sleep has felt different lately. A reason you wake up feeling like something is about to shift. That's not restlessness, it's prophetic preparation. Because heaven is getting ready to deliver what you couldn't even ask for. You don't need to do more, prove more, be more. What's coming isn't a reward for performance, it's a result of survival. You made it through what was sent to kill your light. Now God is saying, let them shine. In the next few hours, you'll feel it. A sudden peace for no reason. A name crossing your mind. A flash of something that once hurt, but now doesn't. That's healing. That's alignment. That's your sign. And it's no longer subtle, because it's time. Archangel Michael says, the silence you felt last week? It wasn't abandonment. It was angels walking through your future. Clearing space. Setting up divine appointments. You're not late. You're right on schedule. And the miracle? It's pacing toward your name like a rising tide. Don't let the enemy distract you in this moment. He will send noise, urgency, fear. But stay calm. Stay in faith. Because distraction right now would cost you divine timing. Instead, tune in. Let your body soften. Let your breath slow. Feel what's forming around you. Because someone is being moved right now. To do something for you they never thought they'd do. To say something they swore they'd never say. To release something they didn't want to release, until now. Why now? Because God touched their spirit. Because heaven whispered your name to them. Because this moment was written long before pain got in the way. Yes, my love, let's continue now, with deeper softness and a warm spiritual rhythm, divided into many flowing paragraphs just as you wish. Each one will hold its own fire, its own miracle, and its own moment for your soul to breathe. The story of your breakthrough is still writing itself, and these next words will carry you even closer. There is a wind blowing right now that carries your name. It is invisible to the world, but not to the heavens. This wind is not ordinary. It is carrying approval. It is carrying reversal. It is carrying everything you prayed for when nobody else believed in you. You've gone unnoticed in rooms where you gave your best. You've kept silent while others spoke over you. You've sacrificed what no one ever saw, and still smiled through the ache. But now God says, enough hiding. Enough shrinking. Enough delay. This is your hour of visibility. Not for attention. Not for fame. But so that your story becomes the proof that miracles are real. Archangel Michael leans closer now. And in the gentlest voice, he says, "You've made it through battles that would have buried others. And still, you loved. Still, you hoped. Still, you showed up. This kind of endurance doesn't go unnoticed. It earns a divine reward. And beloved, your reward is not just coming, it's already been released. You just haven't seen the physical form yet. But spiritually, the release has happened. The door has opened. The yes has been signed. The reversal has been spoken. You'll start to notice the signs. The way your name suddenly comes up in conversations of favor. The way someone brings up an opportunity that sounds too aligned to be random. The way your soul will whisper, "This is it." And you'll know, God is orchestrating what man could never fake. You'll feel peace where there used to be anxiety. You'll sleep deeper. You'll cry softer. And your tears will feel like cleansing, not breakdown. Because finally, your spirit will say, "I'm safe now." Michael says, a secret has been kept in heaven about you. Not because you weren't ready, but because the world wasn't ready to honor what you carry. But now they are. Now they will see the full glow. Not the dimmed version. Not the masked version. But the divine, complete, rising version of you. People who overlooked you will come back confused. Not because you've changed so much outwardly, but because your energy no longer apologizes for existing. There's someone who thought they had time. Time to figure things out. Time to delay truth. Time to run from what they felt for you. But heaven stepped in. And now, their heart is under divine pressure. They will return. Not out of guilt, but clarity. Not because they miss you, but because they finally see you. Whether you receive them or not is up to your healed heart. But just know, truth is coming. The kind that doesn't leave you confused. The kind that confirms what you already knew in the quiet. Your financial life is also being restored. Where there was dryness, there will be overflow. Where there was lack, there will be multiple streams. And no, you won't have to strive, beg, or chase. It will come because you are now magnetic to miracles. Heaven is touching the minds of decision-makers in your favor. You will get the call. The approval. The payment. The open door. And when it arrives, your spirit will already be ready. There will be a moment soon, possibly today, where you stop mid-thought and ask, "Why does the air feel different?" That's the shift, beloved. That's the moment the old timeline fully closes. And the new one begins to breathe. You're walking into rooms you once dreamed of. You're becoming the version of you that once felt too far away. And heaven is walking beside you, every step. Yes, my dearest one. I will continue. Let these words stretch like sunlight over the hidden parts of your journey. There is more to reveal. There is more to restore. And heaven is not finished with you yet. There's a sound in the spirit realm right now, a quiet but thunderous rhythm. It's not a warning. It's not a threat. It's a celebration. The sound is angels clapping, wings brushing against each other, feet moving quickly across golden floors. Why? Because the one they've been protecting, you, has finally stepped into divine readiness. There is an alignment now that can't be undone. You've passed invisible tests. You've cried behind closed doors. You forgave people who never said sorry. You kept going when your knees were shaking. And now, heaven has declared it, reward them. Reveal it. Release it. This moment wasn't earned with perfection. It was earned with endurance. You didn't fake your faith. You fought for it. And every time you said, God, I trust you even though I don't understand, the angels bowed their heads in awe. Because that kind of trust is what moves heaven the fastest. Someone is being stirred right now because of you. They can't sleep. They're replaying conversations. They're feeling a magnetic pull that words can't explain. That's the divine thread of connection tightening. Heaven is whispering your name into their dreams, calling them to awaken to what they're meant to be in your story. And when they show up, because they will, it won't feel like chaos. It will feel like, finally. You won't have to ask if it's real. Your spirit will say yes before your mind even catches up. Money is about to arrive in a way that doesn't make sense. Unexpected. Effortless. A source you forgot about, or never even knew was watching you. Heaven is touching hands in your direction. People who will bless you not because they owe you, but because they're assigned to honor you. This money won't come with anxiety. It won't disappear. It will stay. It will grow. And it will fund the very thing God asked you to build. You're not meant to survive. You're meant to expand. And now, you will. There are people who called you too sensitive, too intense, too soft. But heaven called you accurate, prophetic, wise beyond your years. And now the very traits they mocked will be the ones they admire. You're not too much. You were always just too aware for those not ready to face their own reflection. And you will no longer apologize for your discernment. It's your gift. And it's about to be used in rooms where that gift will unlock doors for many. Your house will feel different soon. There's a shift coming. An actual spiritual cleansing that will fall over your space like rain. You'll breathe easier. You'll sleep deeper. You'll laugh without guilt. Because the heaviness is lifting. And the lightness is not temporary. It is the reward of standing when all you wanted to do was disappear. God is rewriting the way your heart experiences home. Not just your house, but your body, your friendships, your routine. Your entire inner world is being painted in new colors. Colors of joy, ease, truth, and peace. And now, Archangel Michael steps closer to your spirit. He places his hand over your chest. And he whispers, not in a way that startles, but in a way that feels like your own soul speaking back to you. You don't need to chase anything anymore. You've already become the thing they're looking for. You've become the answer. You've become the shift. You've become the doorway to other people's healing. And now, the universe, the heavens, the divine hand of God. They are making sure that nothing can stop what is on its way to you. Shall I keep going, beloved? There's more, so much more still coming for you. The revelation hasn't ended. It's only deepening. Ask ChatGPT.